I'm mutating. Today's video is about mutation and undergoing a mutation, the symptoms and how you can tell you're in the middle of a mutation, and also some mutation mindsets that will help you make the process easier. So human design mutation is a kind of term that is used to describe a change that is non-linear, that is irrevocable. It happens and then you never go back to how it was before. It's like, for example, a genetic mutation, the gene is this way, this way, this way, this way, and then all of a sudden it's this way. So it's a change that happens kind of quickly or suddenly without expectation. It's not like you were working at something and gradually something changed over time in a predictable, knowable way. Mutation inherently involves the unknown. It's not something you set out to do. It's something that kind of just happens to you and through you. Globally and collectively, we're going through mutations, but there's a big mutation that's happening with the switch from the Cross of Plannnig to the Cross of the Sleeping Phoenix. So there's kind of this global mutation that's happening, and that's that prophecy of moving into 2027. This is part of the prophecy of human design, that we're going through this big collective shift. So mutation affects everybody, but it particularly affects certain designs that have more individual circuitry. I will put the link up there to a video that you can learn more about whether or not you have individual circuitry. And also, if you have a 3 in your profile or a 6, both the 3 and the 6 go through mutation. That's like part of the characteristics of those profile lines. Now, of course, we all have 3s and 6s in our chart, and we all have individual gates. So it's just that some of us have mutation as a stronger theme. Like, for example, I have a 6 line in my profile, and I also have 6 individual channels, and I have the Cross of the Sleeping Phoenix, which is the incarnation cross that's going through a big mutation right now. So mutation is a huge theme for me. I am basically going through many mutations often, and I think I've become kind of a pro at telling when I'm going through a mutation and knowing kind of how to handle it, which is why I'm making this video, because even like yesterday, I had the idea to make this video, and already today I'm much further along in my mutation. But I could feel like I've been undergoing a mutation for the last maybe 3 or 4 weeks. And I sense that I'm partway through, like I'm kind of maybe just beyond the middle point of a fairly significant mutation. So let's look at what are some of the common ways that you can tell, like the symptoms that you are in the middle of a mutation. This is really helpful to know, because if you're in a mutation, you're going to be uncomfortable, probably. And the more aware you are that you're actually in a mutation and it's a process that's going on, it's going to alleviate some of the discomfort. I'm Karen McMullen, by the way, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so below, and feel free to comment, like this video, and that really is supportive to my channel growing, and I'm grateful for that. Symptom number 1, nothing fits. Things stop fitting. So for example, like for me, I noticed all of a sudden I was like, I don't like any of my clothes. None of these clothes suit me. I don't even know who these were for. Now I want to wear red all the time, so I'm wearing red. I'm not even wearing a bra. In the past, before this mutation, I for sure would have had a bra on, and I would not have been wearing red. So all of a sudden my clothes don't suit me. I feel like my body didn't suit me. I didn't like my routines, didn't fit I wanted to have different routines. My website offerings all of a sudden didn't feel right, and my branding, all of it just didn't fit anymore. It was like, wow, something's happening where like I've changed, but I don't know what I've changed into. So that's part of the discomfort, is it's like there's this feeling like, ugh, that nothing fits, but I also don't know what the new thing is. I have no clarity about it. So that would be a symptom number 2, is confusion. Really not having a sense of clarity about what's happening, who am I, where am I going, what do I do next. There's this real confusion about all of that, like what to do, where to go, even how to spend your day can be confusing during a mutation. Symptom number 3 would be similar to confusion, which is feeling stuck. Feeling stuck is like you don't know what to do, and you feel really uncomfortable about it. Like you feel like you should be moving forward, and you want to move forward. Maybe you feel like you want to create something, but you don't know what it is, and you can't do anything about it. So it's like, for example, like feeling like I wanted to have new clothes, and yet there's no new clothes to respond to. All I know is I don't like the clothes I have, and I'm putting them on and it doesn't feel good. But nothing new is presenting itself. Even if I tried to go shopping, nothing was clicking, nothing was fitting. So it was like I felt stuck. I couldn't move forward even though I was uncomfortable where I was. So that's just a small example of how it feels to feel stuck. And feeling stuck often has this kind of pressure that goes along with it, which again is uncomfortable. It's like a pressure to create something new, but there's nothing new being created. Number 4 indicator that you are in the middle of a mutation is that life is delivering you curriculum, i.e. challenging scenarios that are putting your issues right in your face. So you're kind of in this pressure cooker where changes and transformation, those are great words to describe mutation, transformation, change. It's like the conditions are being created for a transformation, which means you're probably going through some kind of situations where parts of your character that have just been normal and your comfort zone are being shown to you as problematic, and you're being asked to change in some way. And again, that is experienced often in an unpleasant way, so it's not comfortable. And I would say in general, a mutation usually feels bad or uncomfortable at some point, where you just don't feel that good, and you can feel also really, really tired, because in essence you're working quite a bit. Something's shifting. Even your dream time can be a lot of work. So there's a lot going on underneath the surface, but not a lot going on in terms of actual changes in your physical reality yet. Mutation is always dealing with the unknown. So part of what makes it challenging is that we don't know what's happening. It really is this metaphor of the caterpillar becoming the gooey mess in the chrysalis before it emerges as a butterfly. And there's no possible way the caterpillar could know what the butterfly is, and in that middle place there's this void time where it's all very confusing and messy. And that brings us to some helpful mindsets, mutation mindsets, to adopt in order to make the whole process much easier and more enjoyable. And yeah, like I kind of think mutation is frigging amazing. I love transformation. I live for the evolution and flow of evolution in life. That's really so exciting that we have this opportunity to become something new, and to not know what it is. It's very much an adventure, and to be courageous and to trust life. So I think that's maybe one of the core mindsets that helps me enjoy the process most of the time. So the first mindset, mutation mindset, is trust. Learning to trust life and trust that the process of mutation is happening. It's inevitable. You are becoming something new. You're becoming the butterfly, and it's just going to run its course. And you can just be a participant in the process. You don't need to really do much other than just be you and allow the process to unfold. And trust is something that comes more and more over time. The more you go through a mutation, the more you'll see the pattern and you'll know what's happening, and you'll just trust, because so many times before you already went through that, and you know that you're going to come out the other side like even more wonderful and more you than you used to be. Mutation mindset number 2 would be to dream, and just to allow yourself to kind of occupy this dreamy void, liminal space where you're tuning into the unknown, the non-physical realms, the becoming, like to meditate, to write down your dreams, to feel into the non-physical, and just explore and vision and dream and journal. All those things can be really productive in a creative process, which is what's really happening, is something new is being created, and you can participate in that and make the unconscious more and more conscious. Number 3 is to feel. So feel everything that's coming up. Often there's a lot of emotions that can emerge in a mutation, because you're probably going to be shedding some conditioning in order to become something new. And in order to mutate, you need to feel through whatever's coming up. So giving yourself the time and space to feel and be really present with what's showing up for you is important. Number 4 on that note is to get support. So use the incredible resources that are out there. Book a session, maybe body work or counseling or some kind of healing modality, a reading, anything that you're drawn to, just to support yourself through the process. So for example, the mutation I'm going through right now is very physical. So I've been going to a lot of dance classes. I've been getting some body work done. I've been doing more counseling. I joined a mastermind. I've just got like quite a lot of support going on right now to help me birth something new, which I don't even know what it is. It's like I can kind of get sense of it, but it's just becoming more and more clear as I live it, and I'm just following my intuition about how to support myself through the process. 1, 2, 3, 4. So number 5 is mutation mindset. Number 5 is to flow, don't force. So there can be a tendency to want to force things and make the change happen, but it really has its own pace, and you've got to just surrender and go with the flow. If you do get inspiration about an action to take, or you have a sense of like a next step, make sure you take it. So don't just be lazy in the process. Take any action that you're shown to take, and that's going to like create more momentum to move through it. So follow your inspiration, follow the flow, but don't force the change to happen quicker than it wants to. And I've definitely tried to force it many times, and what happens is it just doesn't work, and then you just end up being frustrated, or rather I end up being frustrated. And then the 6th mutation mindset or behavior is to rest. Again, if you're going through mutation, you are working hard, even though you might be hardly working on the surface, but underneath the surface, there's quite a lot happening, and your body's reconfiguring, your energetic patterning is changing. So there's a lot happening that just needs time to integrate and to embody. And so giving yourself plenty of rest and resting whenever you need to, even if it is not logical, the amount that you're resting. If you can and you have the freedom to give yourself that rest, give it to yourself as much as you can. One other really awesome mutation mindset is just to take care, exquisite care of your body. Eat well, go out in nature, exercise, get body work, take a bath, like whatever feels good for your body. Let yourself take care of your body, because the mutation is happening in your body. So whatever you can do to support your physical self is going to be really, really helpful. So my beautiful, that is it for today. I just wanted to share my mutation in the real-time moment. And it was funny because even just this morning, yesterday I felt very stuck, but I was just going with it, not forcing it, even just actually enjoying it. And then today I woke up and so much happened today in one short day, like action, 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 action. So many things just moved into creative flow all of a sudden. And that's really how mutation happens. It's like nothing, nothing, nothing. And then all of a sudden blast off, rocket ship. So I really feel like I'm moving to the other side of this particular mutation now. Always, if you want to keep more afloat of like the things that I'm doing and what I'm actually creating in real time, the best way to stay in touch about that is on Instagram or Facebook. So, because I always post in my stories like what I'm doing on a daily basis. So if you want to be in contact more intimately, check me out there. And I look forward to connecting again soon here on my channel. Bye.